The VMAs were last night and singer Chappell Roan yelled at a photographer on the red carpet, and for a good reason too. Now the star was posing for the cameras when one of the photographers yelled at her to shut the F up. Now why he would yell this at her, I have no clue. But Chappell wasn't going to back down. She pulled a face, walked close towards him, held her finger up and yelled back, "You shut the F up, no, not me, B." Now, this was the first time in a long time we've seen a celebrity stand up to photographers, which honestly, good for her. Celebrities are people too, and I can't imagine how stressful it would be to go on a red carpet and have people yell at you like that. Afterwards, Chappell addressed the incident in an interview, saying, "This is quite overwhelming and quite scary. For someone who gets a lot of anxiety around people yelling at you, the carpet is horrifying." And I yelled back, "You don't get to yell at me like that," she told Entertainment Tonight. And again, good for her. Now, it's been rumored that the photographer that she yelled at has a history of being rude to the celebrities he tries to photograph. Why he keeps being allowed back on red carpets is beyond me, as he should honestly be banned. Now, I'm glad that someone finally stood up to him, as it appears this was a long time coming. Now, a lot of people were on Chappell's side with this altercation, with fellow artist Noah Kahan praising her on social media, saying, "I'll never forget leaving Clive Davis and the horrific photographers and paparazzi or whatever were saying to me in front of my sweet mom, who couldn't believe it was actually happening. Love this at Chappell Roan, way to stand up for yourself." Now, it's great that Chappell has been getting support, as fans also praised the star. One user on Twitter said, "Chappell Roan is entering the industry with a sense of self-worth that everybody applauds in other women, as long as they endure mistreatment for a decade before developing it." Another added, "She had every right to snap back. Celebrities don't have to sit there and take it when people are rude to them." Again, I'm glad that she did this. Celebrities are humans too, and you can't just treat them however you want. Now, this was also one of Chappell's big red carpet events, so I'm sure she was super anxious, and having a man yell at you like that definitely doesn't help. Now, despite this altercation, Chappell had a great night. She performed her hit Good Luck Babe dressed as Joan of Arc in full medieval gear. She shot a bow and arrow on fire and let the castle behind her burn. Her vocals were amazing. It was an iconic performance. Now, Chappell was nominated for 4 different awards this year. She was nominated for Best New Artist, Performance of the Year for Red Wine Supernova, Best Trending Video for Hot to Go, and Song of the Summer for Good Luck Babe. Now, in the end, she won her first VMA, and it was for Artist of the Year. Now, she was so emotional accepting her award and announced that she had written a speech in her diary before the show, which she proceeded to read to the crowd. "I dedicate this to all drag artists who inspire me, and I dedicate this to queer and trans people that feel pop all around." She then shouted out the queer community in the Midwest of the United States, where she is from, saying, "I see you, I understand you, because I'm one of you." She then dedicated her award to the gays who dedicate my songs to someone they love or hate, and thank you to the people who are my fans, who listen to me, who hear me when I share my joy and my fears. Thank you for listening. And let me tell you, she deserved this award so much, and I am so happy for her. She's a true icon, and I'm glad we have a lesbian out there representing the LGBT community in such a great way. Now, it's also rumored that this star will be nominated for multiple Grammys this year, and I mean, she has to win at least one, as her career has blown up so much, everyone knows her name. Now, the night of the VMAs comes after Chappell has somewhat been facing backlash over how she's addressed fame, as she recently put out 2 TikToks calling out so-called fans for creepy behavior, including stalking her and her family, bullying her online, and becoming extremely rude when she refused to pose for photos or give hugs. It's hard for artists to speak up because they're so scared of their fans hating them, but we're not actually talking about fans, we're talking about people who are harassing. And if you happen to be a fan, we're talking about you, she said. Now, some people on the internet didn't agree with this, saying this is what she signed up for, and that's just the life of a celebrity. But Chappell has risen to fame in a short amount of time, and I'm sure it's extremely overwhelming, so good for her to set some boundaries. I mean, she had a huge set when she performed at Coachella and Lollapalooza. I mean, she even had to be given a bigger stage at one of the festivals she played this summer because her demand was so high. Now, in an interview recently, she admitted that she has a stalker, someone who she met in Missouri. The person is extremely creepy, as they showed up to her parents' home and even her hotel room in New York. So now I have to have security, she admitted. It's so lame. And it is lame. And scary. I really can't imagine something like that happening to me. And she also went on to detail other incidents, including the time where she flew to Seattle and fans got a hold of her flight information and met her at the airport. While there, she said a grown man berated her about not signing an autograph until the airport police showed up. Then that same man was present with a group of paparazzi when she landed back at LAX. Again, creepy. Chappell was honest about this interaction and said, "I got home and dropped to my knees. I have a hard time crying now because of my meds, but I sobbed and was screaming." Now that's not all though, as in August she was celebrating a friend's birthday at a bar when a fan grabbed and kissed her. Yeah, that is not okay. But unfortunately, the night wasn't over. She later learned that her dad's phone number got leaked online and people were calling and texting him. Now this caused her to make those TikToks calling out the poor behavior and saying how scared she was with her newfound fame.